and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna make these cute slime pendants. As you can see, I have made more than one size and I'm gonna show you step by step how I made them and what materials I used, and let's begin and see how it goes. So first of all, I like to start with small details, so I would make the small details first and then I would cook them so it's easier to work with them afterwards. For the first step, I'm gonna make eyes for the slime, so I'm working with this black clay, making a round shape out of it. So I'm using a straw just to cut out the eyes. It's up to you what are you using, but I think straw is one of the easiest tools and easiest to get. So cutting them out, if you're not happy with the shape that comes out, you can just always round it with your fingers. It's much easier this way. As you can see, I'm using baking paper as a surface. Well, it's not the best surface to be using, but I find it a little bit easy to work with it, and also it doesn't stick that bad, so it's not the worst surface. So for the next step, I'm using this plastic knife, or you can just use any tool slim enough, and pressing in plus sign, so it just makes a shape of the stars in the eyes for the slimes. Be very gentle when you are doing it so you don't cut it through, but in the end you should have something like this. So for the next pre-bakeable item, you want to use black clay again. It will be for the slime cords. You have to roll out thin strings and make them not too thin so they don't break. So approximately, as you can see, as thin I'm making them, but it depends on the size of your slime, so just don't make them too thin because they will break later on. So cut them in little pieces. As you can see, I'm cutting like 5 centimeters, but again it all depends on how big your slime is, so in my case it was like 5 centimeters. So when you do bake them, don't hold them too long as they're very small items. Also just follow the instructions on the package you have for the clay. So you have to shape them in hooks with little hook on the end as well. So I'm doing it on a baking tray already, so I'm gonna just leave them and bake them. So this is the end result, already baked hooks and baked eyes, so it's much easier to work with them. So the next step is a little bit tricky. You have to work with this yellow clay and you have to make a very thin string. As you can see, I'm doing it now. And with this little string, you'll have to press it into the eyes, the same places where we pressed in the plus sign. So they are making the perfect shape of the plus, and it goes in as well. So it's much easier to work with it and the colors don't blend together. So after making the first eye, you will get the hang of it, and then it's much easier to make all the rest of them, so it's not that bad, and also the result is quite good. So for the big part now, I'm gonna shape the slimes. First of all, I'm sizing them so they all look pretty much the same. If you want to be exact, just use scale for it, it will be much easier. I just do it this way, so I don't mind if some of them are bigger or smaller. So just cut them like I'm cutting them, and then just roll them in the balls, and afterwards you can start to shape the slime itself. Now the fun part begins, as we are combining all the items I have for the slime. So first of all, just shaping it a little bit to look like a slime shape, and then pressing in the cord and work around the cord. So I'm building up the green slime on top of it, so for it to be more secure, and also it makes it look more like a slime shape. So press it from a side as well, so it sticks to the side of the slime, so it's not just wiggling around. As you can see, I dabble around it a long time just to make sure I like the slime shape. It also helps the cord just to settle down from the inside so it all sticks to it. Next step are the eyes. You will need a dotting tool for this one because you have to make the shape of the eyes into the slime so it doesn't ruin the slime if you just press them in. Just pressing them in won't work because all the shape of the slime will just go to waste. All that dabbing I did before would not work out and I would just ruin it. So first of all you have to make the shape and then you can place the eyes in it. Place the eyes into the holes and just dab around them so the eye sets down and it just sticks to the slime, and it looks good and it's not pressed in. The slime is still in the shape of the slime, and you can adjust the eyes also they don't blur out and it doesn't look like the eye is just floating in the slime. So the next small detail of the slime is the little ball on the end of the cord. Just make a round shape out of the green clay and just press it on the end. That's why you needed that small hook for the little ball to stick onto, so you just work around that small little hook and just press it onto slime so it sticks. So the last part is the hardest one, and it's the slime's mouth. You have to roll out as thin as you can the black clay and then just shape it into the V shape, and then from a V shape it into number 3. The easiest way to do it is to do it on your finger first. So you shape it, cut all the excess of it that you don't need. It's easy to do with the dotting tool. You just shape out the thing you want. I like to put it on the baking paper and then with the dotting tool just pick it up and place it on the slime itself. So I just press in the middle and then just adjust the sides to my liking. In the end you get this small cute mouth for the slime. Just before baking you want to insert the pin needle or whatever you like to use just to make that little hole on top. So after the baking, now is the most important part in my opinion, is to clean your charm. I like to do it with the nail polish remover. It removes all the fingerprints from the slime as well, so it looks very neat. You can compare two of these charms. If you can see, one of them is much more smoother than the other one. And of course, to protect your charms you need to glaze them. It just saves them for a longer time and also it makes them pretty and shiny, so it gives that nice finish. I like to use the matte glaze and I usually coat them twice just to double protection. And just to finish up my charms, I place the pin needle in them. I cover it in glue so it sticks much better in it. And it's all ready. All you can do now is just attach it to whatever you want. In my case they are the keychains, but you can make them as a necklace or anything, to be honest, anything you want it to be. And I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial on how to make little slimes from MapleStory, and see you in my next video. Bye!